Stand by.
I don't hear the music.
Come take a drink.
Come take a drink. Come take a drink from a cultural libation. I'm pouring love like art of positive sensation. Change the channel to a higher vibration, including all races, no discrimination. Old and new, make clear in all situations. We're together, leaving behind no generation. Lighting the way for each other, looking out, protecting sisters and brothers. Drink no more from the well of human degradation. Drink no more of the media, propaganda and fluctuation. Come take a drink of a cultural libation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fit, Fun, and Fabulosity. It's a great day to be alive. It's been a little hot today, but it's still a great day to be alive. We're so happy that you joined us today, and we appreciate that you have allowed us to come into your living rooms for now. It makes 5 weeks. Today we have a very, very special show for you. It's packed with learning things about fashion and makeup and integrated health wellness with one of the ladies that we're going to talk with a little bit later in the show. And as always, I have some wonderful people standing on the stage with me who are going to play a significant part in the success of this show today. To my right, we're proud to have Haywood Watkins with us. He owns Haywood Hair Images here in Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
All right, and he has a wonderful business, and Haywood does hair everywhere. He's a master stylist. All right, we're so proud of him because he also too is a well-known photographer as well. Welcome to our show, Haywood.
Thank you.
Yes.
Quite
yes.
welcome. Thank you.
And
Glad to
we're
be
glad
here.
to have you here with us. And to my left, we have a young and upcoming stylist, Rhonda Dawson, who always wanted to be in the field of beauty. And we will tell you a little bit more about her. She also has her own salon, and your name of your salon is?
It's Lavish Charm Salon.
And where is it?
I'm located at 6524 North Chesterfield, Virginia, 23234.
Okay, and Haywood, tell us where you're located.
I'm at 312 West Grace Street, Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, and you've been there for a while. How long?
At that location, I've been there since '89.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know you've only been in business since 2012, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're wonderful. So she's an up and coming. So we
Okay.
have someone here who's been there for a long time, so who knows all the ins and outs of being in this business, which we will get to later. And I wanted to start our show today. I wanted to ask each one of them, hey, would you tell me what your definition of beauty is?
Beauty is the innermost understanding of innermost understanding of how to create one's happiness and the feel of understanding when you see it.
Okay. So how does hair play a role in that?
Well, hair enhances one's beauty
Wow.
Awesome.
all the time.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
Hair enhances it, no matter what kind of hair you got.
Doesn't matter because you can sculpture it, shape it, mold, create all different types of styles for different individuals.
Wonderful. That sounds so sensual when you say that. It sounds like artistry, an art.
It is.
When you mold and shape, that's what artists do. So you are actually a hair artist.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
We in that industry, we try to enhance each individual and try to find out their lifestyle and find out everything that makes it create best for that individual.
Best individualized. And that's what we have been talking about here on Fab-U-losity every week. You have to find your own sense of style and be comfortable in your own skin. And what I hear Haywood saying, you can do it through your hair. We've talked about ways from living inside out. This week we're focusing on how your appearance is, because I feel like first impressions, when you first meet someone, you know, you impress them with your hair and your style. You know, I like having style myself.
Okay,
You know what I'm
all right.
saying?
Okay.
And I think every person develops their own style, whether they choose and we are conscious of it or not, they still have style. So Rhonda, tell us about the role that makeup plays in this. What is your definition of beauty first?
My definition of beauty when it comes to makeup is feeling confident. Because when you look good, you feel good.
Okay.
So if you look in the mirror in the morning, you do your skincare, you do your foundation, and it just gives you a different look. Say if that day you're going for a glamorous look, you can do red lips, or if that day you're going for a subtle look, you can do a soft pink. So it just helps with your whole look and the feel for the day, depending on what look you're going for.
Right.
It can assist you with that.
Or it can just be just lipstick and nothing else.
That's correct.
Because a lot of times, a lot of people are not comfortable with putting on makeup, a lot of makeup, and
Yes,
just
that's
some lip
true.
gloss.
Yes,
At times, it's appropriate to still be beautiful, right?
that's right.
So, how did you get into doing this?
Well, it always was a passion of mine since I was a little girl. I've always been fascinated with makeup, hair, clothing, just everything
Did you dress up
about
your dolls?
fashion.
Did you dress up your dolls? and
Yes,
make-
I did. And I cut their hair too. My mom can attest to that.
And I know Haywood, I was reading in your bio that you grew up around, your mother was most influential in you doing this.
Yes, as I coming up, I remember when she was going to cosmetology school, and I used to ride in the car. I had to sit and wait and to watch her style hair over the years to get the basics of it. And I shied away from being a cosmetologist at first. I had gone to barbering school.
Okay.
And from that,
I remember when you used to be a barber.
Yes. And I said, well, I have that license, but I was hungry for more.
Hungry for more.
To learn in styling, so I going to cosmetology school. So now I have it on both ends.
Wonderful. So just see, all through life we all evolve.
Yeah.
We evolve into what our aspirations are, what our dreams are.
Yes.
Yes,
And with that, we're going to go into what we always do every week. We're going to invite you out there to join us. So let's take a breath in together. Let's breathe in. And exhale. Let's take another deep cleansing, deliberate, conscious breath. And as we take this breath in and putting our hands in prayer position in front of our hearts as a symbol to bow to all that there is and all that there is above us and below us, know that there is one breath that breathes all of us. There is one breath that creates us and gives us life every single day. Every morning when we get up, it gives us life. It allows us to move. And that one breath connects us all. It connects us to every living creature on this earth. It connects us to every living thing on this earth. It connects us to the plants and the trees and the birds and the fish in the sea. The one breath that gives us life gives life to everything else. Take another breath in. And just relax again. Relax, knowing again that life supports us in being who we are. Life loves us in being who we are. The love that is above us, below us, and all around us is always present. All we have to do is come to a place of stillness and silence. It's within our hearts. This life flows through our heart, that pumps the blood through our veins, that gives life to every cell, every bone, every joint, every tissue, every organ that's in the body. It allows us to just be in our human form. It moves through our feet so we can walk upon the earth. It moves us day by day from the time we open our eyes in the morning till we lay down to rest at night. It gives us life. Know that this breath gives us life and allows us to know through feelings, through emotions, and through what is happening externally. It communicates with us internally from our heart chakra to the bellies of our stomach. It communicates to us when we choose to listen. It is our own internal system, our own GPS. Take a breath in and breathe out, knowing that we are one with the one, that we were created in love, by love, for love. And everything that we do, everything that we are becoming is there for us when we seek guidance. We behold the peace that is within us, overflowing, outpouring from our hearts. And in our heart space, with a glad heart of gratitude, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you very much for attending to our meditation. And we hope that that brought you to a place of sweetness and calmness and centeredness. We're going to take a couple of minute break, and we'll be right back.
I've been blowing kisses since the day began. Quietly across the room to you they swam. You had no idea of my little wing charms, floating round your head until the sun went down. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. I've been blowing kisses like a fool. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. Quietly across the room to you they swam. You had no idea of my little wing charms, floating round your head until the sun went down. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. I've been blowing kisses like a fool.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. That sure looks like smoke. I'd usually be going pretty crazy right now with some impressive beeping noises designed to wake even the most sound sleeper. Only problem is, my battery is really, really low. In fact, it's almost dead. It's a shame, really, because all you have to do is check me once a month and give me a new one if need be. That's it. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, I really wish you could have heard my beeping. I was always a good beeper.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah.
Look at those numbers. Woo! Look at those numbers! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that's success, baby! Yeah! Can you believe we get paid to do this? It's only Monday. It's only Monday.
Excited about what you do? Well, pass it on. As a junior achievement volunteer, you can bring your enthusiasm to the classroom and give a few kids a little something extra to get excited about their future. Share a little something of yourself. Be a JA volunteer.
Here we go. Looks good, right? We're back with our other part of our show where we always interview someone who does health integrated wellness practices, all right? And we are so proud to have, I call her the Joy Lady. She is Lady Joy, not the Joy Lady, Lady Joy. From the time that I met her, I have never known her to be nothing but just joyful and happy, always has a joyful disposition, and that's what I love about Angela. Angela is a certified body talk person, all right? Practitioner, not person, practitioner. She is an Accunect Practitioner. She has a Nia Blue Belt. She's certified in yoga, all right? She is also a certified ageless grace educator. And maybe some of them I'm probably leaving out right now, but tell us. Yeah. So is anything that I left out that did you do?
Reiki Master and teacher.
Yeah, okay.
And just recently certified as a realm reader.
Wonderful. So I wanted to ask you, just to kind of get on, what role does energy play in a person's life? Because a lot of people aren't aware that they have energy centers and stuff. Would you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, sure can. Energy. So every morning that you wake up, you can gauge your level of energy. You know when you wake up if you feel like you're dragging or if you didn't get enough sleep, or when you're ready to jump out of bed and get to it. So you can gauge your energy that way. And that plays an important role in how you're going to enjoy the day. So if you wake up and your energy level is low, you're not going to have a lot to give that day. If it's high, then you're going to have a lot to give. You're going to be able to interact with other people very well. Now, when you're around other people, you can gauge your energy there as well, right? So you're talking about being around people who are joyful and happy.
Yes.
You notice your energy level is high.
You want to be around people
Exactly.
that like
Exactly. You don't want to be around somebody that's complaining all the time.
Because it brings you down, right?
Exactly. But part of that is it's like they're seeping out your energy. They're feeding that negativity with your energy. That's part of what happens in that interaction.
Well, over the past 4 weeks, we have had a person who's an acupuncturist. We have had a naturopath doctor, and they have talked about their protocols of how to help a person live a more fabulous life. How is what you do similar or different, and how would it fit into making a person more fabulous?
Well, how I go about, my approach is very integrative.
Okay.
And even the modalities that I use they're a little different.
Okay.
Right. So most people have heard of Reiki. A lot of people have not heard of BodyTalk.
Okay.
It only came about in the 1980s, so it hasn't been along for very long. And then Accunect has only been around for a couple of years, so it's in its infancy.
So it's in its infancy, such as some of the other practices from the Eastern tradition and everything have been around long. Well, what is BodyTalk? What is that?
BodyTalk, it's a consciousness-based modality. Okay, so when you go in to have a Reiki session, usually it's very quiet. You can go to sleep. A lot of words are not spoken, whereas with BodyTalk, it's a conversation. So we're integrating through bringing things into consciousness, right? So it's kind of like if you don't know that you have a flat tire, you're not going to fix it, right? So when it gets brought to your attention, you start thinking about it and things start clicking. It's like, oh, okay, here's what I need to do to remedy that.
So what are you saying when you start talking about these things, the body would give responses that they will verbalize, and then you can work from there. So what are some of the things that you treat with BodyTalk?
A lot of it's communication. So when we start experiencing pain in the body or things not working up to par, there's something that's not communicating.
Oh.
And it can be on a physical level, it can be on an emotional level, it can be on a mental level, or even a spiritual level. So getting all of those body physical systems, getting your emotions, getting your thoughts, and even your soul work involved to align with one another so that the body-mind complex is working at its best.
Well, a lot of people are so uncomfortable being in their bodies that they never pay any attention to the language, because the body has a language of its own.
It does.
And it communicates, we've been given 5 senses, and we have our feelings which communicate things to us. And I know from my own experience, okay, that if I have a pain that's in my knee, I need to pay attention. I need to pay attention to what's going on. So that's telling me something, or if something is swollen, that's telling me that something is going on there.
Right.
So is that what I hear you talking about?
It is, and if you don't do something, if the knee's in pain and you keep going and going and going, what happens? I mean, it doesn't get better all by itself.
No, it does not get
It's
better.
saying, I need your attention.
So how does BodyTalk integrate with Western medicine? How does that integrate?
The protocol works very nicely with Western medicine.
Okay.
BodyTalk, I like to think of it as balancing left and right brain.
Okay.
So a lot of people tend to either be very left-brained, very logical and linear, or they're very right-brained and they're very, it's creative in art and spatially, geared. But getting that together, having the balance of both.
Well, I know people like that. And in fact, I think some of them, how does one get those things in? How would you, as a practitioner, help a person, say they're coming in and they're staying in what I call la-la land all the time?
Right.
How would you help them?
Well, there's one part of the protocol in particular that it's geared toward balancing the neocortex of the brain, so balancing the left and right side of the brain. But there are also things that other things that come up along with that. So there could be beliefs around being very left-brained or right-brained. So someone who's extremely left-brained may have issues with connecting with their emotions. They don't want to connect with their emotions.
They think a lot.
Yes.
They think a lot.
They're in their head.
They're in their head
a
all the
lot,
time.
but never in the heart.
Okay.
And then on the opposite of that, your person that's your right-brained, the left brain stuff's kind of scary, so they stay in their heart, which is fantastic, but you still have to be able to get around on the earth. Things that they can do on their own, grounding is fantastic.
So talk a little bit about grounding, please.
Well, and this is a great time of year for it because it's warm and we've got grass outside. Just walking outside, getting your feet in the dirt and in the grass, connecting with the earth. We have all those nice sensory cells in the feet.
I love it. I love it going barefoot because I grew up on a farm, and every spring we look forward to. My grandmother would tell us, you take your shoes off, go walk on the earth, go walk, and we did. And I still do this because it keeps me centered. It keeps me centered, and sometimes I even do it on the balls of my feet. Pretend like I got on high heel shoes. Okay, because I know that part of my foot is very sensitive to whatever the surface it's on, So grounding, earthing is what it's called. So people can go outside right now and do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I like doing it in the moist grass as well because it's just
in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
In the evening, just when it cools off a little bit.
So what else can someone do? What else can someone do that's a simple technique to centering themselves and centering their energy?
Breathing.
Breathe, okay.
We don't breathe enough.
Okay.
Right. And even when we breathe, we keep the breath shallow.
Okay.
Yawning is fantastic for getting that the carbon dioxide, essentially cleansing the lungs so that you can fill it with new oxygen, really getting that old breath out, but breathing deep into the belly. Like focusing, doing it consciously, just like during your meditation, consciously breathing.
Deliberately.
Yes. So letting that breath get deep into the belly, feeling the lungs expand, and then pushing it out, all of it.
Well, one of the things that I also practice, and I say this so your viewers can understand, the way that I integrate this particular principle in my life about the yawning, I just go, I do that and I dance with it.
Yeah.
I move my body and I let it all this.
So then you get in touch with
I get in,
all the sensations of it.
And it's fabulous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a fabulous way to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, to recenter. To recenter. Another way, and this is kind of silly, but you can do this while you're driving around. Driving can get very stressful.
Yes.
But if you sing a scale, do a deer, sing that up and down a couple of times, you've just balanced all of your chakras because you've hit every single note.
You mean do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? Like that, okay.
Yeah.
You balance all your centers with that?
Yeah. You hit every single one.
That is so simple.
Yeah.
So,
and you can do it in the car when nobody else is in the car.
So these are simple protocols that our viewers can, we talked about grounding, we're talking about the deep breathing and using your breath to center yourself. It's just like when you get in a stressful situation, we forget to breathe.
Yes. We either hold our breath or we keep taking in too much.
So tell people how they can get in touch with you.
Oh, well, I'm at shapeshifterscva.com. That's my website. My office is at 6520 Iron Bridge Road, the Suite I. And every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, I teach a beginner vinyasa yoga at Studio D Yoga.
I forgot you do. Yeah, you do. Yes. So tell them again so they won't forget this.
Oh, the website is shapeshifterscva.com. I'm at 6520 Iron Bridge Road, Suite I. And at 6 o'clock every Wednesday evening, you can take a beginner vinyasa class with me at Studio D Yoga, which is on Huguenot Road, close to Chesterfield Town Center.
One of the things that I can say about Angela's programs that I have attended, I play in her class. We play, okay? And a lot of times as adults, we forget how important, when you watch children play, you watch them on the playgrounds, but we forget to play. The items that come up in Angela's class, especially with the Nia class, we play, we are very playful, we laugh, we giggle, we roll on the floor and do all sorts of things, and it's so joyful. It is so
we
wonderful.
have a good time.
Yeah, we have a good time.
And we make lots of noise.
Lots of noise. And a lot of times people are sometimes don't make noises because sometimes they feel they've been traumatized and told that, you know, you need to be quiet and all that other kind of stuff.
Oh yes, I've been most proud of my Nia students when I hear them shouting out a no or a yes.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. So if you had one more pearl of wisdom that you wanted to leave with our viewing audience, what would it be, Angela?
Oh, well, pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your needs, to your energy level. Be kind to yourself.
Okay, be kind to yourself. I like that.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, take good care of you. Because if you aren't able to take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else.
Right, that's right. You know, and one of the things sometimes people look at the cup as being half full. Your outlook upon life also goes right along with what you're saying.
That's right.
If you see the cup as half empty, I meant to say, and not pay attention to yourself, you will have a boring life, believe me.
Not fabulous.
Not
right?
no, not fabulous at all. Not fabulous at all. So you have to pay attention to yourself and your needs and take care of yourself first.
That's right.
Wonderful. Well, one of the things that we all know from having the different practitioners on the show, we've given our viewers lots and lots of options. You have lots of options, okay? You have lots of options about you've learned new ways of taking care of yourself. You've learned new ways to enhance your fabulosity and be the wonderful, beautiful being that the Creator would have you to be. Now we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to get it on, because we have a fashion show, and they have on clothes from Steinmart, and they have hair by Haywood, and they have makeup by Rhonda. So we'll be right back after the short break.
Thank you.
I've been blowing kisses since the day began. Quietly across the room to you they swam. You had no idea of my little wing charms, floating round your head until the sun went down. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. I've been blowing kisses like a fool. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. Quietly across the room to you they swam. You had no idea of my little wing charms, floating round your head until the sun went down. I've been blowing kisses since the day began. I've been blowing kisses like a fool.
Chirp. 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 That sure looks like smoke. I'd usually be going pretty crazy right now with some impressive beeping noises designed to wake even the most sound sleeper. Only problem is, my battery is really, really low. In fact, it's almost dead. It's a shame, really, because all you have to do is check me once a month and give me a new one if need be. That's it. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, I really wish you could have heard my beeping. I was always a good beeper.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah.
Look at those numbers. Woo! Look at those numbers! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that's success, baby! Yes! Can you believe we get paid to do this? It's only Monday. It's only Monday.
Excited about what you do? Well, pass it on. As a junior achievement volunteer, you can bring your enthusiasm to the classroom and give a few kids a little something extra to get excited about their future. Share a little something of yourself. Be a JA volunteer.
Go with it like this. Gotta go with y'all whatever. We just sit here and we talk.
Is there going to be another commercial before they come on?
No, this is it. Just don't worry about it. You go with what it is. Don't worry about it. You gotta let it go. Wonderful. You all are back with us, and we're gonna start our fashion show. And I have to tell you all, this has been a challenge to put this together, but we're gonna pull this off and go with whatever it is, and we're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna practice what we preach. And if before the camera now, you'll see the picture of the models that we have. We have Susan Moncure, we have Regina, we have Dee Mack. This is a before picture of how the models look. And these wonderful people that are sitting with me now have done these ladies over, and they are gonna look like different ladies. They're gonna look totally, totally different from what they look. There's Susan to the far left, Dee in the middle, and Regina to the far right. All right, that's the way it is, okay? All the clothing are furnished by Steinmart, the makeup by Rhonda, hair by Haywood, So we're gonna roll with our fashion show. Are we ready for our fashion show? That's it, that's enough for that picture. We need to see, we need to see some real people now. We need to see some real people. So while we're sitting here waiting for the models, Haywood, tell us, what did you do to some of the models?
Well, I had, once hair was layered, and so I just put bends to give it more volume, and I had to come closer to the face where it had more movement.
Okay.
Take some of the weight of it out.
Oh, okay. See, so hair is really according to what that person's texture of that hair is. Hair is, you have to do hair according to what the person's texture is, right?
That's true.
Wonderful. So Rhonda, did you have any challenges with the makeup?
No, didn't have too many challenges with the makeup. We were going for a natural look,
okay,
a night look, and a daytime look.
Okay, so we'll get to see some of all of that. And when the models come in, we're going to commentate first on their fashion, and then we'll do hair, and then we'll do makeup, and then we'll see the next model, all right? Our first model is Susan. Our first model is Susan, and she looks glamorous. She looks very, very glamorous. Wonderful. Awesome. Look at this. Wow. Our first model is Susan, who lives from her heart and loves nature. And she is
awesome.
Look at the snazzy Polaro style like pants that she has on. She is also an artist, so these pants are a reflection of who she is. She look, oh my goodness, you look glamorous. Her pants are in the color blends of turquoise with patches of orange and white and yellow. Will you turn around so that they can see? And it's in a 60s style type pants. Those are the kind of pants that used to be in the 60s. She has a matching turquoise blouse, which I really like because I like the slits in the sleeves. Look at that belt. Isn't that, go ahead, girl. You go, girl. That is so wonderful. And also, she has on matching jewelry. Everything that she has on comes from Steinmart. The jewelry is by Gabriella, all right? It's a matching turquoise necklace that's around her neck. And she even got her fingernails painted to match. Walk up to the front, Susan. Walk up to the front. Stand there. So, Haywood, tell us, what did you do with her hair?
Well, what I did, her back is already layered, and I just put enough bend in it to give it a little more movement and to have more volume on the top. And just make it so either she can actually shake her head really well, and you'll see it fall.
Oh, shake it, girl, shake it. That is wonderful. It's flowing back into place. He's a hair artist. So Rhonda, what did you do with the makeup?
With the makeup, we wanted to go for an everyday look, but we wanted to glam it up a little bit.
Glam, she likes glam.
Yes, so we did a soft smoky eye, and we wanted to jazz up the cheeks, so we did like a peachy look on the cheeks with a glow, and we did a lip liner and a pink lip.
Wonderful. Susan, take another walk around our runway, please. Take another walk. Stand there for a moment so everybody can see. Doesn't she look glamorous? We have to applaud her. She looks awesome. You look totally. Artists really did a great job. Wonderful. So thank you, and then we'll get ready for our next model as Susan walks away. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we have Miss Glamorous. Oh, look at Miss Glamorous Regina.
All
Stand,
right.
stand. All
Go
right.
Regina.
Go. Regina is a student of life and loves all things spiritual. She loves taking spiritual classes with that beautiful smile. And she is wearing an indigo colored dress. And indigo is the color of the third eye, the sixth chakra. All right, which is the spiritual eye that you see behind the eye. It's what you see on the dollar bills. It's the strong eye. And she's a very spiritual person. Now twirl around a little bit more so we can see that darling skirt that goes with this. Awesome. She looks really, really awesome. And she's also wearing accessories in the different. Walk up to the front there. Strut up, stretch yourself. Oh, she looks glamorous. Hair looks beautiful. Haywood, you did an excellent job. And look at the makeup there. Wonderful. She's wearing makeup by attitude. Not only is she wearing makeup by attitude, she has an attitude and a new vibration. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So take another stroll back. Another stroll back there and just stay there for a minute. That is so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Glamorous. So, Haywood, tell us, what did you do to the hair?
Well, I basically did bumping as well. I used a little spritz in the beginning. I made sure her hair would come around to her neckline, so that would elongate everything, and it would just magnify a person into it by wearing it to the face. It just draws a person to her. And right in the front, it has the bangs where they can really move easily. She can wear it to the side, or she can bring it straight down. So she have all kind of different ways to carry it.
Oh yeah, walk on there and show us again, girl. What you got? Show us what you got.
Awesome.
Show us what you got. Oh, right.
Awesome.
That is awesome. So Rhonda, with the makeup.
With the makeup, we have her ready for date night.
Oh, date night with
She
her
has, she has a glow. We did a glow on the cheeks. We did a natural eye, and we did a red lip to accentuate her beautiful lips.
She really looks like she's ready for a date. Yes, she looks. And Haywood, I noticed the way you framed her face really well with the hair.
Yeah, tried to mold it right where it would elongate everything, make sure that it would just appeal. If you notice how the hair comes to the face, and it just draws the attention right there to the individual.
Awesome.
Feel good? Feel good? Yes. You look very well. So give us another couple of struts over here.
All right.
Oh, walk back down. All right.
Awesome.
All right. This is great. Come on back out. Come on back down. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Regina. And now we have our third model. We have our third model coming in. Come on in, Dee. Come on in, Dee. Dee steps up there. Dee is my production assistant, okay?
All right.
She helps me out with everything, and she is truly a precious person because she loves to give to people, and she loves helping people. And I am so blessed to have Dee in my life. And she's looking great in this orange dress.
Yes.
With orange jewelry to match, and she has a beautiful orange bracelet that goes with it. Turn around, Dee, so they can see. And not only does she has a wonderful dress, she has jewelry by Gabrielle. Most of the jewelry that we wear tonight comes from Gabrielle. And Dee is ready, just like somebody going to the Kentucky Derby. Okay? She has a beautiful multicolored hat on. She's ready to go to church or some afternoon barbecue. Some people have these nice barbecues. She's ready for anything that is thrown at her. Come on, Dee, walk on out there again and come on back up there. I love the hat. I love the hat, the crown as we call it in the African American community.
That's right.
It's called the crown. So she has that crowning touch. Give us a smile there, Dee, and a twirl. A smile and a twirl. I have to tell you, Dee also has a wonderful family. Her family treat me just like I'm a part of their family. Her husband, Richard, they do anything for me. Anything that I need, all I have to do is just call him. She really is a very giving with a beautiful smile family. Tell us what you did with Dee.
Well, see, with her hair being with a curl pattern that it has, all you have to do is maintain it like that, and you can loosen it up just a little bit to give it more body. And her hair stays curly, and it just stays that way. If she wants to get it fuller, we just take it and loosen it up a little bit more, so she has a pronounced curl pattern. But what happens, the curl has to be tight in the beginning, and then when she wants it looser and let it flow, you just loosen it up a little bit.
Well, hey, but you really know your stuff when it comes to hair.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, he knows he said, walk on up again, Dee. And Rhonda, you tell us what you did with the makeup.
With the makeup, we wanted to go for a beachy vacation look. So we did natural makeup with a bold gold lip. So she's ready for a night out at the beach.
Oh, right. She's ready for a night out. Look at this.
Yes.
Oh, go dancing, Dee. You ready to go dancing? Yeah, you can go dancing.
Awesome.
She's ready to do her thing. Now, also with Dee, I have to tell you, she's a very fun lady as well. She has a lot of fun in her life. I know she likes cooking for her family. She really is a good cook, right? She really is, and she, you know, sometimes I have to borrow her cooking pan, her roaster, because she has this big roaster she uses for her family, and I don't have one, so she lets me use her roaster because she does a lot of cooking, and she's really a joy to be around, to be a part of. Walk back down again, Dee, so these people can see what you have. Show them what you got. Show them what you got, Dee. Show them what you got. Okay, dokie. All right. Thank you so much, Dee. Awesome. That is fantastic. Well, we've had our models to come out, and we now have the people. We're going to have a little few chats with you all for the remainder of our show. And what I wanted to ask Rhonda about, I know she's a very savvy businesswoman. All right. How did you find the faith to step out there to do your own beauty shop?
Wow. I'll have to say, first, God, of course. And my ministry, Signs and Wonders Ministries, with my pastor David and Dr. Laura Taylor. They've been an awesome piece to pull this together with me. They prayed with me, they helped me out to just step out because it wasn't easy. But having them and a strong family to be behind me and to push me forward, and my mom, of course, it was just easy. It wasn't hard at all. With faith and with God first, my leaders in my ministry and my family, it was nothing that I couldn't do.
And tell us again so people will know where you are.
Okay, the name of my salon is Lavish Charm Salon, and I'm located in North Chesterfield at 6524 Iron Bridge Road.
Wonderful. And look, we have Mr. Businessman himself over here in the hair industry, hairstylist, hair colorist, image consultant, and he's also, you're a platform artist with Wall, right?
Yes, I'm the senior platform artist with Wall Clipper Corporation.
And tell us what that is.
Well, when we go to shows or do classes, they send the platform artists there, the educator directors, to teach other stylists what to do, show them all the professional techniques, what's modern, what's new, and by it being the largest clipper company in the world, it's been a blessing for me because I get a chance to travel overseas, get a chance to travel all of the shows and the training, extended training that makes you stay above what's going on.
And that is what I like because you know I remember when you were down on, I don't know what the name of the barbershop was that I first got, you cut my hair. It's been many ions ago. It's been many ions ago. And I moved away from Richmond now that I'm back, but I know that you always like precision cuts and making sure everything, you know, you go in, you come out either handsome or beautiful, more handsome or beautiful.
Well, we try to find out how to mold it. We are creators, we see the ending product before we start.
That's true.
Well, with that vision, we just go ahead and create it and bring it out.
Well, that's what I like about, he said the magic word, vision.
That's right.
So he has a vision. You have a vision with your makeup for how people are going to look, and hair, because you do hair as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you have a vision for the clients that you serve. You have a vision for the clients that you serve.
Yes.
And putting it all together, everybody is a winner.
Yes.
And so how does one choose a hairstylist?
Well, a lot of times, some customers tend to see other people's hairstyle. They might see a hairstyle and look like what's really beautiful, or they might see something that's another person's style and go like, wow, I like that person, who happened to do that person's hair. So they're getting contact, or either you look for professionalism. A lot of people have different concepts of what person they want to go to, what styles they're looking for. Some people are known as cutters, some are known as colorists. So they have so
many different layers. There's a whole lot of different professions within this profession.
Yes,
Specialties, I want to say.
Specialties in each one. Natural hair, ones who color a lot, the colors, ones that create love doing a total transformation each and every time. And we are consultants. We try to help where you are and take you to another level later to enhance what you already have.
Wonderful. Yeah. And Rhonda, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to talk to you a few minutes about skin. And what is the one thing that women do to their skin that causes damage and ages them real what is it?
You'll really be surprised, but it's going to bed without taking off your makeup.
Okay.
That's one of the most damaging things you can do to your skin.
Wow.
Because it'll cause buildup. Say if I go to bed 2 nights without taking my makeup off, and I get up and just use a cleanser, it's not going to get all of that dirt. It gets into your pores that way.
And so it settles in there, and then you get, what happens as a result?
As a result, you might get acne, dry skin, you might have blackheads. So it's really good to clean your Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
So it's really good to clean your skin every night before bed.
Every night before bed.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is one thing that everybody can do that affects their whole body, not just taking the makeup off? What is one thing that they can do?
Drink plenty of water.
Drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Hydrate.
Yes.
Because if we don't have enough water in your body, water affects the way that you move.
Yes, it
Our
does.
body, it has a high percentage of water in it. So it will nourish all your skin. So a lot of people don't drink enough water. And I know I'm guilty of it too, you know. I'm guilty of it. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about, what are some of the fruits that people can eat that has a high water concentration?
You can eat watermelon.
Okay.
Yes.
One of my favorite fruits.
Okay, watermelon. That's
Yes,
great.
ma'am.
That's great. And it's plentiful. I think last week I had a watermelon. I ate too much watermelon because watermelon, if you have diabetes and things like that, you have to really be careful because watermelon has a high sugar content in it.
Yes.
All right. And it tastes sweet and everything.
Yes,
it is sweet. And like bananas has a high sugar level. And there's some fruits that some people can't eat because of their health conditions that they have. So they have to be mindful of that. All right.
That's true.
So there's pineapple that also hydrates the skin. I know that. But water, you can never
go wrong with water.
Right. So Haywood, we wanted to ask you. I know that we had a conversation previously about Chris Rock doing this documentary on hair, and you had said something to me about you being around during that time, 2009.
Yes. He was at the Bonneman Brothers show, which is the largest black hair show that we have, and I was there, and he was walking around with his entourage of people, but yet in his security. But I think he was getting ideas, talking to different people, so he could do documentation for his movie.
Okay.
And at first, I didn't know. They always have a lot of stars coming to the hair shows.
Okay.
We tend to want to see people who come to the hair shows. He was probably a list of people coming there, and so I didn't know why he was there at that time. And found out later that he came out with that movie.
Yeah, the documentary on hair. I mean,
yes.
And a lot of people were mad at him for a long time because it turned a lot of people against the hair industry.
Yes.
You know?
One of the main things that I wish he had stepped on, or probably shown the other side of the more professional side of it. He showed points of a lot of humor. A lot of things that would entertain people, or I should say the negative aspect of what you shouldn't do to hair.
Okay.
And what you shouldn't do and how it would affect a person's scalp or doing things incorrectly. And I was seeing different techniques that were being done. I said, professionals don't apply it like this.
Okay.
A person was applying without gloves. They were putting it all over this person's hair, and I was looking. I said, no. I wish he had gone to one of the modern salons and shown the higher level of professionalism. Opposed to showing the lower end of it.
All right.
So that made a big difference in watching it.
Yes. Okay. And I wanted to ask you, Rhonda. I know that you're very new to having your own business. What are some of the obstacles that you have ran into in building your business? What are obstacles?
Some of the obstacles, one of them being, it's your first time, you're scared, you're nervous. So sometime with that going on, you forget to advertise.
Okay.
and you forget the everyday things that you need to do.
All right.
So it's best not to let it get to you and let it get you discouraged because you're trying to learn so many different things. But one piece of advice I can give is to concentrate on one thing at a time. Don't try to do it all at one time.
And you have a daughter. You have a 3-year-old daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so you
Ariana.
Yeah, so you have a mother. You're a mother, and you have a family, and trying to raise a family, and having a business.
Yes.
So how do you find balance? This whole program is about having fabulosity and finding balance within. You travel. You run a salon. Mm-hmm. You also are a photographer, and all these things going on. How do you balance your life out?
I balance it out. Like I said, first thing I try not to do everything at one time.
Okay.
And I try to make a list of everything I'm going to do every day and just stay focused. That's the main thing. You can't let your mind just go crazy. Okay. You have to stay focused.
Staying focused.
Staying focused.
Not multitasking.
No, ma'am.
No multitasking.
Because you can just do all these things and be bad at it. But if you just concentrate on one thing at a time, you can master that and then grow from there.
Wonderful. So, Haywood, how do you find balance in your life? Because you travel. You know, you have a business you run, and you have all these people that you're over in your salon. You have how many chairs you have in your salon?
I have 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Okay, so how do you have to manage them, travel, and a photographer? How do you balance all that?
Well, a lot of times I ask myself the same question. But I've found out when you have a passion and you really love to do what you're doing, the energy comes there.
Oh, most definitely.
And sometimes we tend to put so much out, we have to recharge ourselves.
Yes.
And we have to restructure everything because you're really not at work. It's just a passion that you're doing, creating each and every day. So,
creating, I love it. I love it.
And I've found out we have to build our energy up. Yes. We have to feed ourselves because we have clients that need to be fed something positive, something that we need to uplift, need to give them everything that they feel not only look better, but feel better about themselves.
Feel better about themselves.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the things that, and when Angela and I were talking, one of the things that we talked about was the energy level and about centering. That's why we do a meditation at the beginning of this program.
Yes.
A short meditation, okay, mindful. But not only does it help people there, but I use it for myself to ground myself so that I can give out of what's from the inside out and not focus on what's going on and not let it become stressful to me, you know, finding balance and just focusing on what I'm doing. Just like I'm sitting here talking to you all, I am focused on the conversation that I'm having with both of you, all right? And a lot of times, what Angela was saying also too of, I believe in, you know, my mother was a praying woman, okay? And I learned at an early age the importance of having a spiritual connection. Awesome. Well, we want to thank Rhonda. We thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to you working with us.
Awesome.
And many more. And Haywood, we look forward to you working with us some more.
Indeed.
And involving you in the projects that we have coming up with Cultural Libations. I wanted to tell you, viewing audience, that Cultural Libations is an organization which Elroy Board and I co-founded. And I am available for motivational speaking. I am a movement and motivational specialist. I'm available for conventions, conferences, and all those type of things. And you can go to our Facebook page, or you can send us an email at culturallibations@gmail.com. We want to leave you with this message and with this thought. Take a breath in, and we're going to relax out, and we're going to relax out into who we are, all right? And remembering that we are beautiful from the inside out first. And we can put on clothing and makeup, but you also have to go deep inside and be aware of who you are and who is it that you serve. And remember that you did not make yourself. Remember that we were all created in love, by love, for love. There is love above us, love below us, and most of all, there's love around us. And love supports us in being who we are. Love supports us in being the best human beings that we can be. And when we start our days off with giving thanks for that, we can go to bed at night and lay our head down on our pillows and know that we're resting in the arms of the divine. we thank you for being a part with us today. And as always, the clothing we're sponsored by Steinmart. My makeup is by Fatima. Rhonda did the makeup for the models, and Haywood did the hair. We asked that you would patronize those people that we are a part of here now. So we hope that you will join us again next week. Next week will be our last show in this series, but we will be coming back to you real soon with more. Next week, Fit, Fun, and Fabulosity, we have a surprise for you. So join us again next week, and good night.
And never loses power. Come take a drink of cultural libations. Drink the joy. Drink the peace. Drink the love. Come take a drink of cultural libations. Drink the joy. Drink the peace. Drink the love. Come take a drink of cultural libations.